Imagine this. A single gunshot echoes across a crowded university lawn, and in an instant, America's already fractured political heart stops beating. Charlie Kirk, the fiery voice of the MAGA movement, lies bleeding out, shot dead mid-sentence while talking about mass shootings. What the hell has our nation come to? Good evening, I'm Lebo News, and tonight, we're diving into a tragedy that's sending shockwaves from coast to coast. On Wednesday afternoon at Utah Valley University in Utah, 31-year-old Charlie Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA and a rising star in Donald Trump's orbit, was assassinated during what was supposed to be the kickoff of his America Comeback Tour. Picture this. He's 20 minutes into a Q&A with hundreds of students, ironically fielding a question on gun violence in America, when a bullet strikes him in the neck. Chaos erupts, screams, scattering crowds, and within minutes, raw videos flood social media, showing Kirk slumping over, blood pooling as security rushes in. He was pronounced dead at 4:40 p.m., and by then, the nation was reeling. President Trump himself broke the news on Truth Social, calling Kirk legendary and a key player in the MAGA fight. But here's what's truly stunning. The grief and outrage aren't confined to one side. This shooting has united voices across the political spectrum in a rare moment of shared horror, forcing everyone to confront a deepening crisis of violence that's tearing at the fabric of our democracy. Let's break it down step by step, because this isn't just a random act. It's a symptom of something much darker brewing in America. Kirk wasn't your average activist. At 31, he'd already built Turning Point USA into a powerhouse for conservative youth, blending evangelical fervor with hardline right-wing politics. He was unapologetically extreme, tweeting that Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America, or claiming Democrats stand for everything God hates during a rally with Trump in Georgia last year. His events were electric, drawing MAGA heavyweights like J.D. Vance, Steve Bannon, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you name it. He even served as an aide to Donald Trump Jr. back in 2016, catapulting him to national fame. Yet, even with his polarizing rhetoric, often laced with bigotry toward Muslims, LGBTQ+ folks, and the left, the tributes poured in from everywhere. Republican Senator Ted Cruz, who's known Kirk since his teens, tweeted, "This is horrific. I am stunned," calling him a good friend. Over on MSNBC, Joe Scarborough, someone who's ripped into Kirk's stances plenty of times, labeled it tragic and sickening, warning that violence targeting political figures is violence against American democracy itself. And Tommy Viator, a former Obama aide, called it a cancer that will feed off itself and spread, ripping the country apart. Why is this crossing party lines so profoundly? Because deep down, we all sense this isn't isolated. America's history is scarred by political assassinations. Lincoln, JFK, RFK, MLK. Fast forward to now, and the wounds are reopening. Remember the near miss on Trump at that Pennsylvania rally in July 2024? He dodged a bullet, literally, and spun it as divine intervention. Then another attempt on a Florida golf course. Add in the street killing of a top healthcare exec in Manhattan, or the brutal home shooting of Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband in June. Judges are getting death threats, even creepy pizza deliveries mocking a past tragedy. The list goes on, and it's not just rhetoric anymore, it's bullets. Now, the latest on the hunt for the killer. Authorities are still searching for the shooter, described as a college-aged male who blended into the campus crowd. The FBI and Utah police have recovered a high-powered bolt-action rifle hidden in a wooded area near the university, along with the palm print and video footage of the suspect. But here's the chilling part. The gunman, who fired from a rooftop 200 yards away, slipped into a nearby neighborhood and remains at large. The FBI is urging anyone with tips to come forward as they race to prevent another tragedy. But let's dig deeper into the why. Our political discourse has been simmering for years, turning toxic under the weight of polarization. Social media amplifies every slur, every conspiracy, until anger feels like the only language left. Kirk's shooting happened on a college campus, a place meant for debate, not death. As NBC's Chuck Todd put it, we should be celebrating speech, not trying to silence it. The motive? Still unknown, but the timing couldn't be more ominous. Kirk was set to debate progressive influencer Hassan Piker at Dartmouth later this month. Piker, live streaming his reaction, called it, quote, terrifying, fearing a cycle of vengeance that could spiral out of control. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, a Democrat, nailed it. Political violence has been ratcheting up. And he's right. Trump's fiery language, the left's counterattacks, it's all fueling the fire. Catholic writer Emily Zanotti captured the despair. What the actual hell have we become? Echoing Pogo's famous line, another voice online said, "We have met the enemy, and he is us." Even right-wing editor Dylan Hausman of the Daily Caller warned, "We can't live in a country where things like this happen." As we wrap up, think about the abyss we're staring into. Kirk's death elevates this scourge to a new level, threatening not just public figures but the very idea of open debate. Will the MAGA movement channel their grief into more unity or more division? Will both parties finally cool the rhetoric before the next shot rings out? Tonight's tragedy demands we ask, how do we pull back from the brink? Stay tuned to Lebo News for updates as this story unfolds. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Good night, America. Let's hope tomorrow brings us closer to healing.